so funny. So without any further ado, I'm going to turn the call over to my best friend and those two sexies that are sitting on flank either side of her. Woohoo! Yes, welcome, Tamra. Take it away, babe.
I love it. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Okay, so you announced you're doing a Rich Girls Trade webinar in Detroit, and look who pops up on your porch. Rich Girls, because Rich Girls Trade. I am so excited. I just want to turn it back over to my good friend, Madison Carlista. She's not just my good friend, ladies and gentlemen. She's my best friend. And this wonderful woman, this naturopathic doctor, is someone we love. Felicia Guy, Autumn Watson, right? New Rich Girl. We're so excited to be partnered with you, Madison. I mean, you're
so excited.
You're earner. I love letting people know that. Madison Carlista, for those of you who may have been invited by her today, she has earned millions of dollars. She's traveled all over the world. She's that friend that says, hey, Tam, what are you doing tonight? Meet me in Manhattan. Okay, let's go to Soho. Meet me at Red Rooster in Harlem, right? Madison, you know, this is so exciting, ladies and gentlemen. It is such a thrill to meet you tonight. I see your faces. Glenda, hello. Regina, hello. There are so many powerful women who compose Rich Girls Trade. You know, we're just a group of women living our acronym, remarkable women, inspiring, celebrating one another, coaching one another, and helping each other learn to trade FOREX. And so we're not just trading FOREX, we're trading so much more, aren't we, Madison? We're trading our love. We're trading our power. That's right. We're trading our fearlessness and our faith into the lives of other women, because there are so many women on this webinar and so many women all around the world. We have 4,700 rich girls and rich guys. Yay! Praise God. Because rich guys trade too. And this happened seemingly overnight. I mean, a year and a half after my wonderful husband, who was actually mentored by your husband over 15 years ago, Madison Carlista. So I thank you. For those of you who don't know this story, as I switch over to the presentation, look at my best friend. She's so hot. I want you to tell them what inspired you to start trading with us, Madison. I mean, it wasn't that I was earning 10 grand extra a month. You spend that on shoes. I mean, or a shelter, or to save the whales. I mean, you're such a dolphin. I love that about you. You're giving spirit, but you watched me trading in the car. Tell that story. It's so much fun.
Oh my goodness. So Tamara had been telling me, you know, Tamara calls me up one day and she's like, you got to see this, Madison. And so you have to understand, you know, Tamara, she's excited about life. So I'm like, Tam, okay, but I just came off of a 7-year run with Visalis and I don't know. She's like, no. Don't even think about that. Just learn to trade. And so I was like, So I said, I tell you what, come and play with me for the weekend. So she came out to Atlanta, and it's a beautiful Atlanta day. The sun is out shining. And so we get into the Auburn Motel Speedster, and we're driving down Peachtree. We got the music bumping, all about that bass, no trouble. And so, but in the meantime, she's on her phone. Yes. And I'm like, what are you doing? She turns her screen around, and I see where she has taken just a few pennies, and it is compounded into hundreds of dollars. As we've been driving down Peachtree Road, in between stoplights, she's closing out trades. And I'm like, is this what you're talking about? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, you got my attention now.
I love it. You know, this story kind of makes me tear up, Madison, because for those of you on this webinar tonight, the person who invited you on, they don't care if you join and help them build a team or an empire. That's not why they invited you. This isn't one of those things, ladies and gentlemen, that we require your involvement to profit. It is unparalleled what we found with iMarketsLive and with Rich Girls Trade. See, Madison wasn't somebody I could come to. I've visited her home. I've swam in her pool, her ground level pool in the home. And I've traveled with her. I know how she lives. I've ridden in her amazing exotic vehicles. I couldn't come to this friend and say, girl, I can show you how to make some amazing money, right? Although my husband and I, are celebrated 7-figure earners in this industry, but so is she. So I wasn't trying to sign her up. I just wanted Madison to know about this phenomena called FOREX, that I could open a cell phone and trade independent of anyone. The person who invited you on this webinar, ladies and gentlemen, that's all they want for you. Tonight, they just want you to know about something you don't know. They want you to know about the 4,000 plus subscribers in Rich Girls Trade. They want you to know about events that are coming up. We'll talk about that one later, where the VP is going to be in the Detroit market with my gorgeous husband, Lawrence Michael Young, right? Who started trading in my sunroom. He came home, he gave me a kiss. It was like a whack kiss, though. It was like, then he went for the forehead, like, and usually I get the dip, Michael, I get the dip and the, right? None of that. He came home, he went in the room, he sat down and he started watching television and he was like this. He's on his phone. That is not like my husband of 20 years. He's perfect otherwise. And about 3 minutes later, I come in and he says, I just made $600. Whoa. Off of $1, ladies and gentlemen. He had my attention, didn't he? Just like you, Madison, and I don't know how, Navjo started there in London, but somebody got her attention. And I'm so grateful. Somebody got Iris Jones' attention, the attorney. Somebody got Francis's attention in Toronto, the baker who was featured in Huffington Post, works in the energy industry. And now she's sitting on top of all of Toronto, Canada, 6.4 million people. Miss Michigan, come on. These are the kind of women we're rolling with. Now she's trading and training. And Tammy George in Louisiana with Marilyn Lee. They are turning it out. They're running things with our FOREX team. I just love you, Tammy. Such a beautiful sister, Rich Girls Trade Ambassador. Yvette is trading and profiting, and she hasn't even been in more than a month, right? Nikki Howard Combs, we love you. She's another gal that is winning. She just brought in a tycoon, a woman who's owned, literally a maven, an auto industry maven. I won't say her name, but a woman who owns a dealership and has earned millions and millions of dollars, and she just retired and said, now I want to do this. She could do anything she wanted, right? I mean, look at Leanne, beautiful Leanne, and Dr. Carmen Lita Holloway. I mean, that's in your team, Madison. Rich Guys Trade too. Those are some of the folks in Canada. Our team span London to Australia. Help me out, Madison. Where else are we? New Zealand, Durban, South Africa. Wales, that's still London area, UK, but we looked up and had 20 to 30 countries in our organization. And ladies and gentlemen, I can speak with you tonight with authority because a third of this company is under my husband and I. And I say that humbly, but I've been in this industry 15 years, and to be able to say that with a straight face, that's something I'm proud of. I can say that with a straight face tonight and not be pulling your leg. I mean, how many times have you been involved with a company where the people on the camera or on stage, told you they made this much money and they really didn't? And you hitched your wagon to that opportunity because you believed them. You and your family took years out of your life, and you started working with them just to find out that it was a farce. You had to sell juice and lotion and potion and coffee and tea and travel, stuff you can get in a timeshare. I mean, those are awesome companies because it's a miraculous industry that we're a part of, where billions of dollars are earned and more millionaires are created than any other industry. So we don't poo-poo the industry, but Madison, why is what we're about to share with these men and women so revolutionary, so different? Why would it take you out of retirement, and Lawrence Michael Young as well?
Well, Tamara, just like you said, because this is something that you can actually earn an income independent of anything. It's just today I was listening to Cedric talk to one of the rich guys that trade, and we were talking about how, you've got guys that are trading thousands of dollars a day, beyond a week, thousands of dollars a day, and they're a platinum 2000.
Love it.
You know, so it's like, you know, oh, I just made $1,000 a day. Oh, thanks for that. You know, thank you, iMarketsLive, for the Platinum 2000. I mean, really? This is something, Tamara, that, like you said, this not a lotion, a juice, a potion, or anything like this. It's not a thing. This is something, this is information. This is information that you can take with you anywhere and make a living. Live.
I love it. I love it. Listen, Madison, iMarketsLive is a company that got our attention, and we're going to tell men and women on this webinar about it over the course of the next 20 minutes. You're going to notice that we mostly only talk about trading because we want you to learn that skill set that has become so near and dear to our hearts. We're not going to sell you and trying to sign people up and recruiting people. That is optional. You can do it if you want to. If you don't, we could care less. We don't want to sound cocky, but the person who invited you on this call has been exposed to something that's blown their mind. That's why they bothered to call you, although they make nothing off of your trading profits, right? They've met men and women like Timothy Holloman, who actually profited $112,000 over the last 90 days. Oh. Where does that happen? We're like saying this stuff and our noses are not growing. It is $60,000 Monday. Disclaimer. Lawrence Young would say, please throw a disclaimer out there. Results are not always typical. It feels typical to us. The Detroit market, just yesterday, we had an event at the Private Skyline Club. It's beautiful, overlooking Southfield, Michigan. And an Army sister said, I'm doing 400 a day. My husband's doing 1,200 a day. Are you serious? We only trade 3 days a week. Person after person had that testimony. This is why you want to pay attention to this industry. You want to pay attention to this company. You want to pay attention to whoever invited you on. This is why. This is called a cash flow quadrant, right, Madison? And Lord knows you've been on the right side for a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where you want to be, on the right side of the quadrant. You don't want to be on the left. That's where the employees live. That's where they exchange time and effort for an income where if they don't work, they don't get paid. It is like a deal you make to sell your soul. They give you a price. When men and women in iMarketsLive are fortunate enough to profit, I don't care if they turn a penny into $20 or a penny into $2. That kind of a percentage gain on your money is unheard of, right? I mean, but those men and women, it's so hard now for them to look at a boss. The word boss gives me not goosebumps. It gives me hives to think that you have someone in charge of you every day. The men and women in iMarketsLive, the women in Rich Girls Trade, Rich Guys Trade too, ladies and gentlemen. They are unrecruitable, psychologically unemployable. Why? Because if you gave them $20 an hour or $30 an hour, they would laugh at you, right? They understand now that in that employee quadrant, a job is a blessing to everybody. Don't get it wrong. It's a blessing to have a job, to be employed. It also stands for just over broke for a lot of people. Once you're exposed to opportunity, you really recognize that it's a necessary interruption in between weekends, right, Madison? And, you know, so that's the job thing. 60% of the world, they've got jobs. They come home, they complain. They work dark 30 in the morning till dark 30 at night. The Midwest part of the country is about to experience snow again, right? They're going to spend an hour on the road behind a sea of taillights, these red blinking lights, brake lights, from people stuck in traffic, and they've been at work all day. The photos on their desk, they see them more often than their loved ones who are waiting for them at home. You understand, that's a job. A job you retire, just over broke. Again, last month's bills are what you're paying with next month's money. Come on, do this with me. My brother and I. They got it. Okay, so, but listen, I mean, and you become like a robot on a job. You do the same thing every day. You work with people you didn't get to choose. How many people are at work today? Raise your hand. Put it in the chat. Yes. Who worked a job today with people they can't stand? But you got to go back tomorrow and do it again. And you might even have to put a smile on your face, right? Well, Madison, Carlisa, and I are so excited because if you're in that side of the quadrant, we've got an option for you on the right-hand side. Very quickly, if you own your own business, you're self-employed, like so many of us are, we really, we think we work for ourselves, but, we don't have the time to enjoy it. We can't hire somebody better than us. They might open up shop down the street. Right? We can't teach them everything that we know. That's self-employed, and I could go on. But you want to be on the side of the business owners, right, Madison? Tell us why that side is where it's at, aside from the fact that is only 4% of the population lives and breathes that rare air. But, I mean, why is that the sexy side?
Man, it's sexy because that's when you are in control of your own time. That is when your money is really working for you. You take every little dollar, every little nickel, every little dime, and you take and go, okay, that'll work. You just send it off to work and let it do what it does. That's smart. That is what's really, really smart. I used to be an employee. And I worked for some amazing companies when I was in corporate. I worked for the NBA, the NFL, and both in corporate offices, EMI Music. Now, great jobs. However, my time was their time. And then I said, you know what? I'm smarter than these bosses. And so guess what? I went and opened up my own business. And I went from working 50 hours a week to working 80 to 90 hours a week. That's crazy. And so now to have this experience, after, being an entrepreneur, a true entrepreneur since 2001, it's a blessing. Let's take it away.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, and whoever's got us on that's not muted, mute your line out so we don't echo. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the perfect segue. I want to introduce you to what is foreign exchange. What is a foreign exchange market? Some facts about the foreign exchange market. You can see it on the screen. FOREX is essentially trading one country's currency for another. That's all. It is not something we invented. It's not a fad. It's not the shiny new red thing, right? It's been around for over 300 years. The banks have been doing it forever. They do it every day with your money except for Saturday when the market is closed. Market closes Friday at 5 p.m., opens again on Sunday at 5 p.m. Imagine 24 hours a day, 5.5 days a week, being able to trade currencies on your cell phone or on your computer. It is the largest, most liquid financial market in the world. It is not to be confused with the stock market, right, Madison? The stock market closes every day at 5, so you can't trade at night when we love to trade. It's when we thrive. I wake up in the morning and I trade, right? I go to bed and I'm trading, but I don't have to trade all day. $5.3 trillion. It's picture an ocean. I love the ocean, right? I love to go to faraway lands and hang out in the ocean. It's where I met Fran. I was trading mostly in the ocean in Mexico when I met her, right, from Canada. But wherever there's Wi-Fi, you can trade. No restrictions whatsoever. So imagine the doctors, the surgeons. Hi, Dr. Trotter, I see you. There's a couple of new doctors that just came on board yesterday alone, right? Imagine them trading in between patients. I got that message from your guy, Troy, saying one of his doctors is reading up on everything in between patients. Wherever you are, you can learn to trade. Imagine being able to trade on a smartphone, right? Or any mobile device. That's FOREX. Madison, the easiest way to explain it, when we go to Santorini Island this year, right? When we're in Greece, we'll be able to trade. The first thing they're going to ask us to do, just like when we're in Tahiti or Monaco, where we love to go, right? You've been all over to other places. Come off of mute and tell us what happens when you travel so that everyone can have a familiarity with what FOREX is. When they reach Uruguay, what do they have to do? What's the first thing they have to do with their money?
Well, the first thing you're going to have to do before you can go and get that fresh croissant and drink some of that nice, local coffee or have a glass of wine, you got to get some money. They don't want the American dollars. No, they want their own currency. So you got to take your money to the exchange and give it to them, and they're going to give you what it's worth in exchange. And that's it. That's the exact same thing that we do with foreign currency exchange. That's the exact same thing that we do with iMarketsLive. We actually learn how to trade currency. And so the same way, like when you're traveling, you take your money and you go and exchange it. That's the exact same thing that we're doing with iMarketsLive. The only difference is that we're just doing it on our phones. That's all the difference is. And so it's the first, what we have with iMarketsLive, this is a first class education. There are no third party services. It's a debt-free company, privately owned. We don't owe anybody anything. Matter of fact, we don't even have a so-called building that we work out of. So there's no overhead. The reason why, because everything is right here. Everything is electronic. And so that's how it is. That's why it is that the company is so profitable and is able to actually take care of the people that invite and just share this amazing opportunity with so many other people. It's bringing Wall Street to Main Street. It doesn't get any simpler than this. You know, we think of Wall Street as this big, gigantic conglomerate, which it is, but iMarketsLive has taken this and just simplified it. It's simple. It's trading one currency for another just to make some things happen.
I love it. I love it. Go ahead and mute out, Madison. You talked about iMarketsLive a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, all we are is a first-class company, frankly, in 120 countries. We put this educational platform together with a subscription service so that men and women like you can learn to trade, as opposed to just thinking it's something for the guys on Wall Street. I'm talking to you women now. We have a dynamic learn while you earn service. And it's really exciting. It's a debt-free company because they don't have to stock juices and products and get licensing and permission and have to deal with all the problems of importing products. And so they are able to actually teach us how to do this. We learn via a series of products, educational products that I'll show you. Like she said, no third-party services. All of this is done through word of mouth. See, we started trading and we looked up because of this dynamic leadership, a gentleman on the left who's earned over $50 million trading, been featured in all these different magazines, and just a wonderful man. He's a good friend of my husband's, right? And he asked my husband to look at this 6 years ago, and my husband didn't want to do it because the entry fee for the average person was really high. And Chris went back to the drawing board and said, how can I make this reasonable with no barrier to entry for the average person? And I honor him for that because he was charging effortlessly $10,000, $15,000, right? Was it an hour or a week or a day or something, a day to teach people how to trade? And then this man met Isis de la Torre 20 years ago, right? And learned about this industry from her. She was the first Hispanic sister, Latina on Wall Street. Her job was to give the money to the men who were trading FOREX. The irony of that is now they've done over 50 million trading. And now she has this amazing company. Just last month, we celebrated $5.3 million in profits. A year ago, it was $178,000 a month that we were doing. So that's a monthly profit, ladies and gentlemen, of $5.3 million. And that's how they're able to pay people like myself and Madison and you guys and all the other men and women. There's about 30,000 of us in the company, those of us who also choose to partake in that word of mouth piece and tell people about iMarketsLive. So you can see it's twofold. We learn to trade. We work with people like this Alex Morton, the executive vice president of the company. I adore him. He's just magnificent. He's the one coming to Detroit after a 30-country tour over the past 30 to 60 days. He'll be here August 24th. I'd love for you to meet him. He was featured in Rolling Stone magazine. He's helped countless men and women earn five-figure incomes. He's actually in a movie right now, a best-selling author, but that's the leadership we have over here. People who care. He's been in Morocco and Croatia and right. I mean, all throughout Mexico and all throughout Europe over the last 30 days, this Alex fella. And we're so excited because along with Christopher Terry and Isis de la Torre, these are actually her words. She believed in creating a true vehicle that's going to give people respect and dignity and the power to change their lives and the lives of others around them. So different than a job. Are you all with me? I love that we have these tools. I like to put them in three categories, don't you? No experience necessary, education, and interactive. This is how you learn and earn with iMarketsLive. This is simply the financial vehicle that we have chosen to learn how to trade. I've never seen anything like it. In Michigan alone, we found a place nearby on 8 Mile, M&M. You guys know 8 Mile, right? $30,000 for a weekend to learn to trade. Wait till you hear what we're charging. It's a joke. And we even give you a scholarship so that it's free. I love it. You don't even get a scholarship to learn to trade in college. I don't care if it's Ivy League, Harvard, Notre Dame. By the way, Notre Dame just invited one of my traders to come and teach and train on iMarketsLive and FOREX. But let's talk about this first product, okay? Madison, I'm going to need your help. I want to bring off Tammy George off of mute to tell us about it. If you see Timothy Holloman, let me know and interrupt me because I'd love for him to tell his story. But right now, this mirror trader is really a big deal, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? It's hands-free. You copy trades from experts. So for those of you sitting here saying, I've never heard of FOREX, I don't know how to trade, you're just like us. I'd heard of FOREX. I didn't know what it was. As a publicist, I get paid to know what things are. I consult dozens and dozens of physicians and tell them what to do. And right, I mean, working in advertising and PR for 15, 20 years, I usually know things. I didn't know what FOREX was. If you're like me and you didn't know what FOREX was, none of your circles have told you about it. Perhaps you're Jack and Jill, you're a Link like all of my buddies, right? No one told me about FOREX. Call them up and tell your judge friends, your surgeon friends, right? My friends who work in the Pentagon, right? I mean, there's a fella in our team trading, doing 5 figures every month. He's an engineer who develops and designs software for tanks. Are you kidding me? He knew about FOREX, but I'm just meeting him. I mean, if you're somebody like us and you know all these people, but none of them know about FOREX, this tool is for you. Whenever one of our traders makes a trade, guess what? You can point your account to theirs, and whatever they trade, you trade. I like that, don't you? This is a really big deal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is wealth compounding at its best. This is more long-term growth with that trader, with that scenario, that auto trader, but long-term still can mean 30% on your money, 20% on your money in a day, you know, in a week, while you're getting 0.001% on your money, ladies and gentlemen, in the bank. And so again, past profits don't necessarily guarantee your future profits, but I look at it like this. 75% of the population has how much in their bank account for retirement? $5,000. This is a magnificent way to start planning for tomorrow. One of my dear friends is a financial advisor, and it's so funny. We've traveled to Hawaii together. He gave us some investment tips. Hi, Kennedy, I see ya. But what he did was he allowed us to earn close to 7 figures on a stock. But he said, Tamara, do you understand that I didn't even know how to trade FOREX? And I consult people on their money. One of the top financial advisors in the nation, played for a pro football team, you know, like, so he knows money. He knows wealth. And he said, what you all have done is you've taken the covers off of the banker's secret. I like that, don't you? So while the bankers are trading with your money, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, they're trading with your money and giving you none of it. You can actually join our company, have no experience whatsoever, and use our IML Fusion product. That's more of auto trader ramped up, okay? And short-term growth, that means you can make money faster. Multiple trades are done daily. I love our Fusion Trader product. Copy and paste, whatever the professionals are doing. I mean, copy, paste, and come on, y'all, right? Get off mute, Madison. I love it. And then we've got this amazing tool called the harmonic reader. Boy, oh boy. Is Timothy on tonight? I should have told him. If Timothy's on, go ahead and let me know. Send me a smoke signal and unmute him, Madison, okay? If you see Timothy, if you go through the chat. Timothy, if you get on, somebody text him. He's been sharing with us all week long how he is utilizing this scanner, which essentially prophesies what the market's going to do. High probability form of market analysis, provides potential entries and gives you your stop loss and your take profit, and it tells you which currency pairs to trade. This one right here gives an example of the euro and the Canadian dollar. And I love this because, again, I have men and women in my organization who are looking at it and watching the candles. While they're learning, they're getting educated, and they're trading. This one gentleman, again, I can't say it enough, Timothy Holloman, 6-figure trader. I mean, in a very short amount of time with a $1,500 investment, he told me as of last week, he was over $200,000 in profit, all because of that product, right? I love that, don't you? All right, it doesn't want to go away. I love it. Madison, you love swipe trades, don't you?
I love swipe trades.
Tell us about swipe trades.
Swipe trades is easy because this is especially for the person that says, I just don't have time. Great. You get a swipe trade in, copy and paste, copy and paste. 2 minutes, you're done, put the phone down. Swipe trades is giving you what currency pair to get into. It's telling you where to take your profit. It's telling you where to put your stop loss. And it's updating you along the way. So, I mean, it's like when people say that I don't have time, okay, you don't have time because you don't have the resources. This is what will help to get your time back, period and point blank. It just doesn't get simpler than that.
It's a no-brainer, like Justin Ford says. Shout out to you, Justin. I know you're in San Francisco today, has one of the largest real estate agencies in Michigan, and he's trading and teaching men and women how to trade. I love this product also. The daily swing trades. I don't know about you, but if I could get the #1 person in the industry, or at least top guy in the industry to mentor me, to teach me, why wouldn't you want to get emails from him telling you how to trade, giving you email notifications daily, 3 to 5 per week? Take this trade. Trade the Japanese yen with the Australian dollar. Looks like the Great British pound and the Canadian dollar where it's at. Ladies, we trade gold, we trade silver, we trade oil. I mean, that's what we've got here. These tools are amazing. The IML Academy is Tammy George on the line. I know that she loves working with Dre. And if we get a chance, I want to bring her on. I believe, Tammy, you might be on the phone. Type in the chat who you are so the Madison knows which name to look for, okay? But we learned to trade like the pros using the IML Academy. Imagine 50 recorded educational vehicles for the beginner, the intermediate, and the advanced courses. You have access to it 24 hours a day. It's in Spanish and other languages. I mean, technical analysis, constantly adding content. IML TV, boy, oh boy, imagine interacting with moderators and learning from leading professionals and getting strategies that you can indulge yourself in. Now, this is the interactive part, right? And I love so very much that we have amazing Forex educators. And, you see them there. Pick the one you like, right? Use their techniques. I love Adeze Duncan. I don't know about you, but I love Adeze Duncan. Is she your favorite?
She is.
What do you like about Adeze?
She's full of life. Yeah. She makes it fun. It's not boring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love Adeze. She's been traveling all over the world. She's a biologist, a mother of 4, married to Richard Duncan, who just, congratulations, very quickly traveled to Suriname, Aruba. I saw him yesterday via the internet when we did another webinar, and I think he had about 400 men and women in the room. There may have been more. I apologize. But he's earning at least $10,000 a month just referring men and women to this amazing opportunity. So the wife's trading, he's trading, she's training and teaching, and she had no interest in doing any of that stuff, right? So ladies and gentlemen, they say in life, the one thing that no one can take from you is a skill set, right? One of the skill sets you have is what? Sewing.
I sew.
You're amazing.
Design and sew.
She designs and sews. She's one of my designers, right? She's an amazing seamstress. I love her so much. And you spend your time working with men and women on a daily basis. Very special men and women. Speak up so they can hear what you do. You work in hospice. Why is this opportunity something someone like you, this gorgeous model, you look like you're like 8 feet tall when I look at you, right? I was so glad when you called. You're very compassionate. You love people. You're in that nursing energy, right? With people in hospice, giving them your love, trading your love with them every day. Why did you want to look at this?
Well, I get an opportunity to give hope. This was so empowering. I learned that it was a lucrative opportunity for me to just be able to share with those out there that just look for a reason to be able to give back. And the freedom of time is so important. So it was just something that I felt empowered and compelled to just learn how to do every day so that I can continue to serve the way that I have. So
that's beautiful.
It's touched me.
That's beautiful. We have some amazing women in Rich Girls Trade. That's for sure. A lot of people say, okay, so you can stop now. You told me men and women who are earning $50,000 a month, $25,000 a month. How do I get started? Well, it's very simple.
Yes. I'm sorry, but really quick, guess who is on? First of all, Tammy George is on, which I'm trying to get a hold of her, but Adaze Duncan is on.
No way. No way.
Let me see if I can get her unmuted. Adaze.
Hello.
Oh, take it away, my love. Welcome, Rich Girl. Rich Girl's Trade is so proud to introduce Adaze Duncan. I told you a little bit about her, a lot about her actually a moment ago. We just adore you. Why is Rich Girl's Trade and iMarketsLive the place to be? Why does everyone want to be one of your students? Welcome, my love.
Well, thank you so much. And, you know, I'm always so honored to be able to be on these calls. I love Rich Girls Trade. I am Rich Girls Trade. And you know what, guys, I really appreciate everybody who gets on IML. You know, it is my passion to be able to teach, to be able to educate, and to be able to build systems for people. And it's just, you know, I feel so honored to be able to help people out. You know, if you get on my channel, if you get on, if you do not know, I teach FOREX 101, and I do believe we have a great time. I see everybody saying always a student. That's right, because that's our model. We are students always. And as long as you get on my channel, like I welcome you to bring your confusion, because let's be honest, this whole thing called FOREX is not something we woke up talking about. And most of us didn't even know it existed. So definitely we welcome your confusion. We welcome, you know, your questions. I do believe that, you know, I try to make the classes as interactive as possible so people feel comfortable to talk to not just me, but to also one another. Guys, we have a lot of fun. I really enjoy educating for iMarketsLive, and I really enjoy being a part of this amazing movement called Rich Girls Trade. Thank you so much, Tamara. Thank you, everybody who, and Madison, I really appreciate all the hard work that you ladies do, you know, day in and day out. I know you guys are traveling right now. You know, guys, you are very fortunate to be a part of this wonderful movement. This is definitely for any woman. I just feel very empowered to be a part of this.
Oh, terrific. Thank you, Adaze, for stopping by. Thank you, Madison. Way to go. How do you get started? I want to tell you very quickly how you get started, and then I want to spend 5 minutes telling you about some more money. You can stay on to learn about it if you'd like. Madison, they're going to get the IML Academy, aren't they? They're going to get the IML TV. What else? The harmonic scanner, the daily swings, the swipe trades, the fusion trader, the FX signals. $235 is what it costs.
They get all of that. Wait a minute. You know, I think Tammy is on. Hey, Tammy, are you on?
Tammy George.
Darn it. Yes, the $235, Tamara, you're right. They do get all of that. And let me tell you something, guys. When you're talking with your family, when you're talking with your friends, and you're sharing this opportunity, just have them to get the premier package, because that's going to give them everything that they need to go ahead and be able to have that experience for themselves as to what's going to be their favorite thing to do. Maybe it's the swipe trades, maybe it's the harmonic scanner, whatever it is. Give them that opportunity to decide which is going to be their favorite thing to do.
Absolutely. And Madison, I want to tell you this, you know, or tell all the ladies and gentlemen watching, there's a monthly fee. Absolutely, there's a monthly fee. If you're waiting for a gotcha, it's $185. If you pay a light bill, that's a monthly fee. Gas bill, cable bill, car note. We're used to monthly fees. Nothing's free. But oh, this is free. If you tell two people, I got my two friends, right? Two people, they're going to waive your monthly fee. They're going to link every customer with an optional link if you want to refer someone. And if you just tell two people, and you know, your monthly upcoming subscription fee is waived every month, as long as you have two people subscribed with iMarketsLive, because we want you to break even so you can focus on trading, so you can focus on learning this skill set. You're going to get this amazing, prestigious leadership across the board, world-class products and services, a dynamic platform that appeals to almost any situation, time, money, experience, friendly support. I mean, Rich Girls Trade is the place to be. We're having a ball. And again, we're not just trading currency. We trade all that love and power into the lives of 12 to 16-year-old girls through Rich Girls Give. Thank you, Madison. I know you've got organizations and women who want to be a part of this. We welcome them. They can look at richgirlstrade.us and click on the charitable link and learn more about us. We welcome your calls and your inboxed messages.
I think we got Tammy.
You got her?
Tammy, do we have you?
Tell you what, let's go to this.
I'm telling you guys, there is this amazing woman named Tammy George. She's not a unicorn. She doesn't.
She's a unicorn. She's a unicorn. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe we can get Tammy on the phone. There's more than one way to make it happen, right? Tammy is like me. She's like you, Madison, and probably like many of the men and women on this webinar. See, Tammy decided I'd rather have 1% of one man's efforts than 100% of my own. Right, Tammy George?
Yes.
I got her. She exists.
I've been having a fit over here. I don't know.
Well, you're live. You're live on Rich Girls Trade. Why don't you tell us why it's so important for men and women to get started today? And if they want to, because we're done talking about learning to trade. But if you're like Madison and I and Tammy George, I got to show a picture of her too. She's gorgeous. Find her on Facebook. Those dimples and that gorgeous smile, right? Tell us why you're so excited as I put you on speaker and why men and women would want to take advantage of the team builder bonuses. Take it away, Tammy George.
First of all, hello, everyone, and I love you guys, and welcome to our Rich Girls, Rich Guys Trade family. Let me tell you something. When I had the opportunity to come into FOREX, when it was presented to me last year, I had Louisiana got hit with a horrible flood. My family, along with other families, lost everything. And when this came to me, it was a no-brainer. I had to get in it. And let me tell you something. Once I got in it, and I did not know what to do. I didn't know anything about trading. I plugged into the education. I was earning money as I was learning how to trade. But I'm going to tell you one other thing that's great about this company, and I love. Everything that's good to us and that's good for us, we're going to run and tell everybody because we don't want nobody to be left out. I mean, we don't want nobody to make the money that we're making that can take them off of their job. And I'm telling you, the bonuses, the incentives of, building a team, it is just unbelievable. I mean, who will give you $1,000 a month and you have, like 30 people? I don't know, one company. I mean, and then go all the way up to, I hear $100,000. But you're not just building teams. You're building relationships. You're changing families. You're changing communities. You're helping everyone obtain a skill set that will give them a form of integrity, even if they didn't finish college, even if they didn't finish high school. And I'm all for education. But we just have some that fell, on the wayside. But we can't leave them. That's what Rich Girls, Rich Guys Trade. We pull up everybody. So I'm telling you, if you have gotten started, build a team because I promise you, when that residual comes in, it's gonna blow your mind. I mean, I'm telling you, it's in a shockwave for me. And everybody, don't wait, not hesitate. Get in today because I promise you, this is the timing of God. And I say, everyone get in and partake because I tell you, this is a fruitful season, and IML is where God has led us to. So get in today. Do not wait, nor hesitate. Back to you, Sam. Love you, Madison.
I love you too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, look, Madison Carlista says it best. I don't want to leave, what do you say? No money on the table, right?
Nada.
So why don't you run us through very quickly these extra positions where you can make money, not make it, that's illegal. You can earn money from our that was funny, right? From our compensation plan, right, Autumn?
Right.
Tell us about it, Madison. 3 people and what happens?
3 people. Okay, so you tell 2 friends just so that you can get your monthly subscription for free. But you go ahead and you tell a 3rd person. Well, guys, the company's be like, hey, you know what? Here's $150. Thanks. What are you gonna do? Turn it away? Not. So for 3 people, the company's going to pay you $150. And what's so great is that the company pays out every week. So you have those 3 people to get 3 people. Now you talk about a platinum 600. What does that mean? Now the company is paying you $600 a month, breaking it down to a weekly payment of $150 a week. I'm quite sure there's plenty of us out here that could use the extra $150 a week, even if you just get a mani-pedi, whatever. It's $150 a week. And then it just goes on and on. Help those 3 people to go ahead and do the exact same thing. And it's just duplication over and over and over again. Now you're talking about $1,000 a month, $250 extra a week. Remember, the company pays you out every week. And it goes from that, from $1,000 a month on up to a platinum 2,000. Platinum 2,000, the company is giving you an extra $2,000 a month. Once again, it just breaks down every week. And it goes on from platinum 5,000, chairman 10, all the way to chairman 500, where listen to this, a family is actually getting an extra $500,000 a month just because someone has told someone else and told someone else. But just to think that all you did was just speak to 3 people. And even if you just spoke to 3 people and those other people got on fire because they were so excited, gosh, and then you talk about all the rank achievement bonuses as well. I'm not going to get into all the numbers. You can see it right here. Folks, I mean, you know, you can just trade if you want to. If that's all you want to do is trade and make thousands of dollars trading, fine. But right now, look at the state that we're in right now. We've got a lot of uncertainty that's going on. And there are a lot of people from all walks of life that are very concerned, that are hurting, that are angry because they're hurting, which is why we're seeing this whole social outbreak the way it's happening right now. Share this with somebody. This is not a lotion. This is not a potion. This is not a shake. This is not a shiny, blingy thing that's supposed to change their life forever. This is money. You got to join in and share this with someone that really needs it. Because I tell you, it's a blessing to be a blessing. And yeah, you can go ahead and sit in your closet and be a closet trader, but you don't want to do that. Go ahead and share it with somebody. Let's all go to Santorini together. Let me call somebody else and say, hey, let's go and have some fried chicken over in Harlem for lunch.
You know what? I want you, Madison, to go ahead and close us out with me. Ladies and gentlemen, what a tremendous privilege it's been sharing with you today, along with my friends, Rich Girls Trade. I'm so glad you guys stopped by. Thank you so much. It's like a ring on the bell, and I'm like, they're on the porch just hanging out, right? Why didn't you get on the swing, right? Girls has just brought us such a camaraderie, such a loving family, such a beautiful sisterhood. And so I thank you, Autumn. If Autumn invited you or Felicia Guy invited you to take a look at this, get back in touch with them. Get back in touch with the person who invited you today to take a look at iMarketsLive. This is an extraordinary privilege that we have sharing with you. You know, we just want to help 1 million women get exposed to FOREX, get exposed to trading. If you don't join, fine. If you don't want to learn to trade, fine. You know, first folks say, I get it, I see it, where do I start? I can't count the people who said they're not interested. I mean, I can only count them on one hand. And that's a blessing. I've never seen anything like this because it's so different. Madison, why don't you close us out? I love the way you close us out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure sharing with you. I'm your chairman in Detroit, Michigan. I look forward to seeing each of you in August 4th, actually, Thursday, at the Oakland Schools Learning Center, right across from the courthouse in Waterford, a gorgeous facility. We're going to have a VIP reception for all traders who are Platinum 150 and above, and a couple of friends, special guests. But after that, 7:30 till 9, we're going to present this opportunity, and you'll meet some of your peers. If you're in the Lake Orion area, Birmingham, Bloomfield, Farmington Hills, Troy, Michigan, Ohio, Canada, get over here and touch and feel and see for yourself what's happening. Madison?
You know, Tamara, I wanted to share something, and I think it's something that, you know, is something I used to always share, but I want to get back in the practice of it, and that is my personal mission statement. And I share this because I actually want people to hold me accountable, and it's as simple as this. The path of godly principles, barometer of which I choose to govern my personal and professional development, which is an ongoing process, emerging a legacy of character and integrity. I will utilize my God-given gifts to create a life abundant in health, love, joy, and prosperity overflowing while consciously giving permission for others to do the same and step into their greatness. I share this with you because I want you to hold me accountable. And I hope that each and every one of us will create our own mission statements that will flow into the mission statement of what being a rich girl is. I tell you what, I'm so proud to be a rich girl. I'm so excited about this opportunity that I can't keep it to myself. And so like my best friend Tamara says, we will see you on the beaches around the world. And I tell you what, we will also see you on the other side of greatness. Ciao.
Ciao. Bye, everybody, for now. Oh, I love it. That was fantastic. Thank you, Madison. Thank you, Madison.
Love you.
Fun time we have. I love you too. I see all these women smiling on camera. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Kim. Go ahead and put in the chat who invited you on today. We want you to get back in touch with them right away. Let them know if you see an opportunity. Hi, Ronnie. Hi, Silva. Oh, it's so good. Oh, Latasha Allen. So good to see you, ladies. Let them know, hey, I want to be a rich girl. Fantastic.